Hello peeps, Aric here with the Arcane table, and as promised, a one-shot with Deborah Ann Woll. I know, it doesn't even sound right me saying that, but it's true. It fell into my very last minute at this year's Saskatoon Pop Con. I had good support around me, we were able to make it work, and it went very, very well. So as promised, here we are, the one-shot, I like to call a contract, with the talented, lovely Deborah Ann Woll.
Call yourself whatever's behind the mask, behind your eyes. That's wrath, that's mercy, that's the dark and the light. He knew all of it. All of it. He knew you. I do too.
Play session with the one and only Deborah Ann Woll. And introduce everybody. Starting up, we've got Aric. What does that say there? Halowski, longtime standing commander at Dragon's Den here in Saskatoon. Longtime Dungeon Master as well, member at large at Dungeon Master University, DM at cons for 1 year now, including Extra Life, Pop Con, and PPCC. We've got Sarah Schultz, lifelong geek. He first played AD&D in the 3rd grade, works at Dragon's Den and Ironworks Gym, and he wrote his MA on the life and works of H.P. Lovecraft. Ain't that something? Aric, co-founder of Dungeon Master University, longtime DM, and a lifelong nerd. And last and certainly not least, many of you probably saw her panel yesterday. You know her from being in 1,000 Things and a big old Dungeons and Dragons nerd. It's the one, it's the only Deborah Ann Woll!
I've been told to bless dice, so these are the right ones. They have never been rolled before, so it's not my fault. Okay.
They're all good dice. They're all good dice, don't worry about it.
Even the low rolls are good. That's a good story.
Hello everybody, my name is Aric, longtime standing Dungeon Master. I've been working with Dragon's Den for several years now, co-founder with the other Aric here for DMU, we're a group of local DMs that put on shows for everybody. I'm also very involved with Extra Life. We've done the 2 last years for the 24-hour game marathon. From my understanding, the first year we broke the Saskatchewan record for funding, and the second year we destroyed that record. So if you get the chance, please go check out their booth. It's important work. Please, thank you. Thank you, Deborah, for doing this.
I'm so excited.
I know it's been a whirlwind to get here, but we're all very grateful that you're here. Thank you kindly.
I didn't know I was playing until I met everybody backstage. So.
That's the best kind of D&D.
Yeah.
Well, with DMs,
So
with DMs, you have to roll the punches, so here we go. Aric, Deborah, Sam, Scot. I've been holding this one shot. It's going to be about 40 minutes now. We're hoping for an hour, 40 minutes. I've been holding on to one shot for about 20 years now, looking for a special time to play it. I might never get this opportunity again. I'm glad you're part of it. Thank you, everybody. Let's put on a show for the crowd. Everybody, this is the contract. So at the end of this row, at the end of this town, there's this plump, rosy-cheeked halfling sitting there. He's sitting there with his hair pressed back, wearing a well-worn travel suit from the road, and he's sitting there on a stump eating an apple as the 4 mercenaries he's hired come across the way, looking to escort him from one town to the next. The 4 of you would know that the road ahead of you is dangerously traveled, with several orcs packs that have taken over the roads, preventing travel from the one town to the next. As the 4 of you make your way up, maybe you know each other, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter, you've all been hired for the purse, right? And he's sitting there, munching away at his apple, and he looks at the 4 of you and he goes, well, hello, Donchos. It's about time. Actually, you're late. It's 2:17. We need to hurry, don't we? We only got like 40 minutes. Right here. What's this? Come on. And so he says, I've got to get this package delivered. You know, I need to get to the next town. We're going to have to spend the night, you know, on the road. It's going to be not easy. It's going to be difficult. Before we go anywhere, I need to sign the contract. So he pulls out his contract and he passes it to the first player, which would be Tango. And he goes, please read it over, make sure everything's legit, sign it, pass it on to the next. And then as you sign it, it looks good, the money is good, you pass it on to Kiki Orion?
Kiki Orion, yes.
Kiki Orion, my apologies. And you take a look, see it, everything looks legit.
Looks great.
You take your half of the money or whatever it be, and you pass it on to our...
I get a half, not a quarter?
A quarter.
I get a quarter, yeah. That's how math works in my mind.
And so then it passes on to Natasha, and you take a look-see over Natasha, everything looks legit. You take your quarter purse, thank you very much. And it gets passed on to Scot, where's your sheet? There we go, to Quinton. And you look it over, hum it hot, question a little bit, and you pass it back to Tippin, and it goes, great, very nice, the contract is signed, on to the road we go. So,
what was the name?
Quinton.
Quinton.
We have Aric as Tango, Deborah as Kiki Orion.
Orion.
Kiki Orion.
Yeah.
Then we have Scot and Natasha. I was in the back and asking everybody to pick simple names, and of course we've got Tango and Natasha, and then Kiki Orion. Like,
But the last name was Orion. I mean, Kiki's not a hard name.
Somebody's rolling at disadvantage.
Okay.
Anyway, so Tippin is like, okay, enough with the formalities, quick with the chat, let's get going. But like, oh, come on now, just Kiki. We've only got like 40 minutes, let's get going here.
Right, I'm a chatter.
So I think we have our minis on the table here. Everybody can grab what they want.
That's Kiki for sure. Yeah, great.
John? Which one is Natasha? Just pick one.
38 minutes.
Just pick one for us. Okay, and so as the morning goes on, let me see. The first roll of the day, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Scot, what's the weather like? What is the day as the 4 of you, 5 of you, my apologies, head out on this brisk autumn morning down the road to the next town?
It's unfortunately a very blustery and rainy day right now, so it's hard to keep a little. It's hard to keep warm.
Absolutely, the chill is going through the bone. You can see Tippin, with his robes, or sorry, his cloak, tightly woven around his body. Kind of clinging to the barbarian, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, clinging close to the barbarian for security. And as the day travels, 12 o'clock turns to 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock turns to 5 o'clock. You guys enter, from the city proper, onto the forest that separates the two towns. So if you guys want, you can kind of place your minis in the table.
Okay.
There we go.
We're huddling. Okay. We're cuddling.
It's cold. We established it's cold. We're cuddling. Sounds good. Typically the way I do initiative is I have everybody roll in advance. Let's roll for initiative.
Family now.
You get that.
That'd be a sexy 4.
Oh, that's not sexy.
It's not great.
Roll again. I got a 20. 20? I should have you roll again.
19.
19? Where are you hiding here? Deborah?
How about a 14?
14? That's better.
Would we like that one? Okay.
So, who got high roll? That was yourself, Scott?
20.
Okay, my apologies. So Sam, typically I do initiative is I start with the high roll Sam. I'm going to just work my way around the table. It's easier, especially for something like this. I'm not bouncing back and forth to see somebody. I've handed out markers. Depending on how high you roll, you would add that marker to any roll in the game. So a saving throw, add your marker. If an attack roll, add your marker. Damage, add your marker. If somebody is struggling, you can pass your marker on to them like inspiration.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So as you walk into the forest there, Natasha, taking the lead, you hear this growl, this grumbling, kind of coming from the north. And you hear this horn of war kind of blare out. And you just hear this mass of footprints just storming down the hillside towards you guys. We're into combat. We only have half an hour, people.
So, 4 minions. These orcs
these
go
are
down in one.
Minions.
We'll see how you roll. Okay, Sam.
Yeah, 18.
Natasha, you're up.
Okay, I guess I'm reasonably close to that person, so I'm wondering if I should sneak up and steady aim and...
Well, at least move your character up.
Oh, no, I actually can't use steady aim, so that's my bad. Yeah, because I moved. I'll just take, I don't know, Psychic Blades. Attack.
Absolutely.
My third favorite type of blades, by the way.
And, oh, it's looking rough, only at a 13 and hit.
That is just a hit.
Oh my goodness. And I am doing 1d6 plus 3 damage,
Yeah, give me a roll.
and that is a solid 9.
Nice. So 9 damage. Yeah, your blade cuts deep into this orc's hide. You hear him grumble, holding his ribs as the blood spills out. His teeth snarled as he looks to attack you. Scott, you're up.
Yeah, Quinton is a field medic and not inclined to combat, at least face to face, so I'm going to move over here and hide.
Does this surprise you?
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer. I am going to Sacred Flame that work on the far end.
Just right here?
So I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you.
I failed.
That is going to be 4 damage of Righteous Flame.
Yeah, so this flame rips across the field, bristling through the underbrush, and slams hard into this orc's chest. There is this. Where is Tippin? He's going to move up behind the barbarian. Which one are you doing?
On this one here.
Sounds
Big
good.
axe.
And you can feel him quivering behind you.
Everybody wants to get warm with cheap.
And well, you can tell he knew that this is going to be dangerous. This is why he hired the 4 of you. And he points out, would you get good?
Yeah.
What's your plan? Okay, cool.
10 hit points and
Are you getting all their tango?
I want to stay next to Tippin.
Okay,
All right. Okay, so Kiki's been taking her time getting ready here. She's got a lot of bags. And
Not too much time at all.
No, not too much. No, that's why she's last.
Yes.
So she sort of adjusts all the things. She goes, okay, let's get this started. So Kiki's gonna lumber up here. Sorry, Tippin.
Tippin follows you.
Okay, great. I'm gonna double team on this guy.
Cool.
And first,
Advantage.
I'm gonna get really mad.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
well,
really mad.
You
I'm like, my God, we're just trying to get to the next town. All right, I rage. Oh, I didn't even really need it because that is going to be a 23 to hit. Fantastic. I also am a savage attacker, so I'm going to take basically advantage of my damage. That's a 7. And that's a 1. So we're going to do a 7 plus 3, so 10 slashing damage with that great axe.
Good job. Give it some flavor.
Oh, give it some flavor, fantastic. You can see dry blood on the edge of this one. There's like a gradation, so you can see the like a tree with the circles of life. all of the creatures that Kiki has killed over her time. So we're just adding some blood to the.
Give it some flavor. Yeah, this orc hits the ground hard, just inches away from Tippin. He jumps, and you see he almost dropping his package.
Oh no!
Yeah, and he goes, okay, I knew I hired you all for a good reason, absolutely. Please, let's get this on the go.
Well, I look down at my I go, you know, I'm a postal service worker. So Kiki has been a loyal member of the Sword Coast Postal Service for 25 years. Packages are kind of my specialty.
Which was why you're here.
Of course.
Sounds good. Well, then,
If you'd like me to put it in my bag for you.
no.
Okay.
This is something that's special to me. It's for
All
my
right,
wife and my children.
fantastic. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Sounds good. All that different.
Done.
Sounds good. We'll do the orcs. This guy will move in. This guy will move in. And we have one over here. This guy will move in. That's yourself, Sam, right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one right here.
That's Tango.
Tango, sorry, my apologies. This orc comes in with his great axe and swings and misses wildly. The one on yourself there, Deborah?
Yeah.
That is a hit.
Probably.
Of course it is. I'm not letting you get away with your company. You take yourself 7 points of slashing damage.
7.
And then our cleric here. Pardon?
Out because she's rich.
Well, she knows what she's doing.
Huh? Oh, what do you mean?
You're raging, right?
I am raging, yes. So you have, half damage, yes. But
Sorry,
also,
I give you full amount.
yeah.
And I'm missing our cleric. That's that. There is this presence that comes up just on the horizon. This huge this huge orc comes and he pulls out. This is probably a good 120 feet away, and he pulls out this wicked longbow, and he pulls out this long jagged arrow, and he launches it. I rolled 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Your AC is 14. Yeah. This bolt hits you hard in the chest there, Deborah.
Cool. Yeah, cool. It hits, but you see, as she goes, she actually doesn't go to grab for the wound. She grabs her bag full of mail. You gotta protect it.
Her aim or arrow.
That's right.
Take yourself 14 points of piercing, half.
Half, so 7.
Correct.
You got it.
Okay. And you can see Ashhook the Horrible, on the horizon. His fangs, his tusks, furled as the venomous, scuttle of him. He snickers out of the shot. Natasha, you're up.
I guess I'll move up in here, and I guess I can do maybe a rapier attack.
Done.
So
We're doing that at advantage.
at advantage.
Yeah, just for fits of you.
We've got a natural 20.
We talked about nat 20s earlier. I have a couple home rules. I'm not going to go into all of them. I allow you to improv the crap out of nat 20. If you want to do double damage, boring. But you've got Tippin next to you. You've got your barbarian, Kiki, Orion.
Whoa.
Yeah. So give it some flavor if the two of you want to take team disorder.
Oh,
Well, I guess I noticed that he seems to be locked and focusing on her, and I use that to have advantage and go from behind and dig my rapier.
Yeah, I start lecturing him on the rules of postal service.
Yeah. And he seems just mesmerized
Yeah.
and completely overcome by that. And I use
Phoenix
that.
3.45 says that you cannot deliver mail 10 days after you have it.
That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here.
So both of you roll for damage, and you can roll at your crit damage.
So I'll roll crit on the first one. I'm looking at, what is that, 11? So
Cool.
8.
15 slashing.
Wow.
And then also an 8. So 11 and 8.
I'm sure it's fair to say, safe to say that this work is done.
Yeah.
So, the two of you go in and slash. It's literally the chop. You just chop it down. One's going high, one's going low, and literally this corpse hits the ground. It's the last of its breath, condensation in the air, as Tippin kind of jumps to the side, panting heavily, preciously holding onto his package as he looks to the both of you, knowing that hiring before you was the right call.
I guess I still technically have the bonus action, so I'm going to pop that to do my cunning action. And I'm going to dash over here and find the safety and security of the shadows.
Absolutely, yeah. Sounds good. Quinton, you're up.
These orcs are highly irregular. I will bonk this one with my mace.
Done.
And try and hit it to the face. That is 12.
That is just a miss.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to use their marker?
Yeah.
+1. That's a +3. Does anybody have a +1?
And +3.
I got +2, you want it?
There we go. Thank you. Perfect. That's how the markers work. That's a hit.
All right.
This orc has already been hit once before.
That is only 4 bludgeoning damage.
That's this guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I am going to risk the hit,
Ooh.
move over there, and throw a healing word over our barbarian.
You do get clipped just as you're leaving. You get yourself 7 points of slashing.
And I will heal the barbarian for 5.
Thank you.
7.
7 hits.
Okay, we just got 2 orcs left, right? He is going to follow, bang and bang. We're going to do 2 rolls. That is a 19 on the first one. That's a double 19s. So you take yourself 11 points of slashing. Don't think I'm not going to hit you guys hard. And Deborah, you take yourself 8 points of slashing half. So you take 4. 4 points. Okay, Tango, you're up. We're doing great for that time testing. So, Tippin test. Yes.
He's going to take 10 points of cold damage from my armor bag.
Good man, yeah.
How much damage did he do?
He dealt, what did I say? 10? 7?
When he hit me, I'm going to use a reaction to
Yeah. Cool.
I can do dex save, please.
What is the next thing versus?
Hell should be sorry, 13.
13? I failed.
11 points of fire damage.
Sounds good. He just, this orc is barely holding on. You can see like his breath being haggard. The lifeblood, leaking from the side of his ribs. Yeah, he's holding. He's looking for fight or flight. He's looking to flight.
So I'm going to child. I'm going to reach my hand out towards his face and just let go a eldritch blast.
You made him cold, then you made him hot, and now you're zapping him?
Just right.
All right, just right. I'm following.
19 to hit.
That's a hit. Finish him off. Everyone hit him.
13 points force damage.
Give me some flavors. You take this orc down.
He reaches his face and just half of his jaw slips off. He falls to the ground very quickly. So I just step over him, looking towards our barbarian friend. And using a bonus action, I'm going to see. Nathaniel just like to do a little more healing than our friends over here, which means I'll use some healing light to get 4 points.
Sweet.
There's a horn that bellows through the forest. That's the call of retreat. And so I guess you have an attack of opportunity as this last orc, ducks off and heads for the hills.
I'm going to take an attack. So first of all, at the start of my turn here, you're pretty squishy, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Fantastic. Would you like some temporary hit points?
I would need temporary.
Let's do some temporary hit points for you. You can have 3 temporary hit points. All right, then we're going to do, let's see. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to get him as he runs away, the coward. That's a natural 20.
Go Postal!
Give us some flavor, we're going to finish him. So yes, as a coward, he's running away, and I come after him. I'm going to trip him up with my great sword, great axe, so he lands, flat on the ground. And I say, no one gets away from the postal service. Bring it down, just cleave that head into it.
And Tip is like, I knew how to write people. Absolutely, thank you very much, all. And with that, you can see Ashlook, this massive orc on this hillside, snarl, shaking his head at the forces that he sent down to finish you off. As he looks, he puts his bow away, this jagged, sharp, weapon of doom. And he snarls as he works his way, out of sight for another day. Sounds good. So you guys can take your minis off. So as Tippin, he looks worried. He kind of walks around, peeking the bodies once or twice, making sure that there's nobody's playing possum. Thanks, nachos. I knew I did the right call when it was. I'm so looking forward to getting back home. I need to get my package delivered to my family. I miss them dearly, and it's time's ticking. We should get heading. Right? Let's get heading. And so once again, 5 o'clock turns to 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. Night is upon us, and as the five of us are sitting there at the campfire, sharing some stories, he looks to yourself there, Quinton, and he goes, you awfully, I definitely appreciate, what you've done, looking after us and whatnot. The role of the cleric, the healer, it's almost like a contract with him and his kin, right? To make sure that those are healed that need aid are there and that you're willing to help. I appreciate that. I understand the contract between you and those that need the healing.
My parents were very strict and wanted to put me in a medical school as soon as possible.
I see why you need to coin it.
Yes, yeah, no.
And then he turns to yourself there, Kiki or Aric, and he goes, do you ever remind me of my daughter?
Oh,
They're strong and that of will and force. We're supposed to be there for them, and they're supposed to be there for us. The contract of raising our children right and making sure that they're on the right foot. Perfect. I love it. And so as the 4 of you, 5 of you, share an evening's meal, set camp, set watch, you can hear the roars and the growlings of orcs in the distance as evening passes to morning and morning rises with the sun. And Tippin, as you all wake up, Tippin already has breakfast ready for us. Of salted porks and rations of the road. I know you like a little salad and stuff like that. So we've got a salad prepared for you. And he goes, just like that, from night to day, from day to night, contract. But really, the forever contract between night and day, right? It's something that's.
We all read our contract.
Contracts are important. It's really life doesn't exist without it. If it was not for the moon and sun, always in there, this constant contract of flow, everything would be off. The contract between merchant and mercenary.
Okay, may I read my contract again, please?
Absolutely.
Read my contract?
Go ahead.
What would that be? Could that be intelligence?
Insight or investigation.
Insight or investigation. I'm going to do insight because the other ones I'm going to do. Yeah. Oh, great. D4 to that. That is an 18.
Yeah, the contract is legit. You've heard about...
it's not a forever contract. I'm nervous.
You've heard of Tippin Coordinator. He's a merchant. Actually, you know that he hasn't been home for the last 4 years.
Oh, no.
It's been a while. The road has been long, and he's desperately wanting to get home just to be with his family.
Wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. You've already been paid half. You've heard the jingle jangle in his pocket of the other half. The contract is important to him. He's a merchant. We've all been screwed over before by people who don't do their end. He's not that person. He wants to make sure that you guys are doing what you need to do, and he's going to do what he needs to do.
Guys, he's legit.
He really likes to say the word contract.
Contract and tackage. Favorite words
We
here.
roughly have 15 minutes here. 15? 20 minutes? 20 minutes would be 3 o'clock. We're doing good, everybody. So once again, the day progresses, and you know that the next town, Strong Rising, is roughly a couple hours away. As you enter the deepest part of this valley, you guys can place your figs on the table again.
Is it a tree or a stump?
It is a tree.
Oh, it's not. I'm a stump.
Yeah, you're a stump. Sounds good. And once again, this is the deepest, darkest. Is Tippin on there? Where did Tippin go?
There we go.
Please come on there, please. We can place him next to the Barbarian once again. He knows that his package is going to be safe.
That's right.
Yep, Barbarian Express. Thank you very much. And literally, as you're in the deepest, darkest part of this valley, knowing that the exit is literally just 2 hours away, you hear that war horn again. And you can hear like the grumbling of these orcs, just towering and running through the forest as branches are being cracked from the trees. The rubble and the undergrowth of the forest being moved. From the sheer amount of individuals. And don't worry, everybody, it's the exact same thing we just did 5 minutes ago. Sam, do you want to put those guys over there? Deborah, do you want to put those on that side? Thank you very much. We've already rolled for initiative. We're just starting with Sam again. Natasha, you're up.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to move into this chap over here and do another rapier finesse.
Sounds good. Give me an attack roll.
I'm looking at a 12 to hit.
That is just a miss. Awesome. Thank you. I can keep that.
Yeah.
You both have 3s. Why are you
Yeah,
sharing?
He uses his, I hit. I go for a D8. Ooh, 4. But I will pop my bonus action to do a Psychic Blades offhand.
Sounds good. Please, thank you.
That is a 11.
To hit?
Yeah.
That once again, that is just a miss.
Did I use my token?
Of course you can. That's what they're for. That is a hit.
Cool. And I'm looking at 1d4 plus 3. Ooh, 6 points.
6 points, so 10 in total?
No, that's 6 total.
4 from previous.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Good stuff, Sam. Yeah, so your blade enters the side of this orc, but you can see him frothing at the mouth. He actually pulls the blade inward, getting down closer to you. Cool.
And then the blade dissipates with shadow.
I did that. Quinton, you're up.
I believe I'm going to pull up my holy symbol and guiding bolt that same orc.
Awesome. Teamwork.
And that sounds like a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. That means that it will be 5 damage, and then it is susceptible to being at advantage hit on the next hit.
Cool. 5 damage. This orc is in terrible shape. It is the orc's turn. We are going to move there for bonus action. For bonus action, we are going to do aggression, and we're going to move over here. This orc is going to move over here with aggression as bonus actions. We're going to double up. That's yourself there, Tango.
Yep.
Okay, so we're rolling at advantage. That is 1 hit for the one. That is 2 hits for the one hit for the one hit for the other. Take yourself 10 points of slashing for the first, and rolling like a boss, 9 points of damage for the second.
I might as well bring that reaction and hit that first one with the hellish rebuke as well.
Good man.
Same.
I rolled a 7. That's gonna fail.
Take 12 points of fire damage.
Okay, sounds good. Let's just say this is the one closest to me. Does that work? Sounds good. Then we have the one on yourself there, Kiki, you right?
Okay, yeah.
Nailed it.
Keep going.
That is
You've come such a long way.
I was going to mess your name up. This is your fault.
It is.
He misses. And then we've got the one on yourself there, Natasha, right? I rolled that one. So it's like that 20, I let you roll plate, that one, I'm going to roll plate as well. This orc is in terrible shape. Regardless as to Ashlook's demands for blood, this orc knows he's done. He's going to turn tail and retreat, give me an attack of opportunity at advantage.
Does he die of embarrassment?
That's why he wears the ground pants. Finish him off. He had 1 hit point.
Okay.
Just give some flavor.
As he's running away, I clip his jugular and he falls to the floor.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, you betcha. And this corpse hits the ground hard and just falling. Sounds good. That is the orc's turn. You're up there, Tango.
I'm going to need that blessing of Nathaniel for myself. I'm going to use that bonus action to do some healing light. 7 points of healing for myself.
Good man.
Two moves from me.
Next turn.
I'm going to just do that. No, let's. Kiki, I'm
Yeah.
going to weaken these guys a little bit, see if you can finish them off for me. Cast a thing on all 3 of them.
Ooh.
Good man.
He's down, but he's still alive.
He just fell over.
We can probably put him back up. Wonderful. Thank you.
All right, you're done? Okay, great. So I'm gonna recklessly rage, of course. I'm also gonna give a little life-giving force. So if you'd like some temporary hit points, you can have 5 temporary hit points.
Who doesn't want temporary hit
Who
points?
doesn't want temporary hit points? This is what I'm always saying. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna start with, you know, I think the guy on me here. Yep, that's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
Fantastic. We're gonna take the higher of those. 5 plus 10 slashing damage.
Sounds good. Yeah, he is bloodied. He is definitely hurt.
He's definitely hurt. Okay. I don't know. We're only level 3, but
We've got 13 minutes.
I kind of like to go again.
You can go again,
I
absolutely.
could go again?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Can Deborah go again?
Can I go again? Because he's so low, I just kind of, I'm so confident I'm going to put the axe away and I'm just going to sock him.
Yeah. You feel this touch of inspiration on your back as Tippin says, you've got this gun, Chip.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a 19.
Finish him off.
Fantastic. So yeah, so with one slash across the middle and it like takes a minute for the blood to start flowing and he looks surprised. And then as he looks surprised, I go, that's right, and just uppercut him.
And you see this orc literally just falls to the ground. He's beyond seeing stars. He's not conscious, and he's pretty much beyond. He's just done.
You don't mess with the postal service.
Anything else there?
Sword Coast is a dangerous place. It's delivering mail. You gotta be really good.
As is this valley. It's a very dangerous place.
So yeah, there's nothing I can do to unfortunately help with that guy, but I got that one out of the way.
Sounds cool. Let's take that. So as you finish this work, you step back and you see, Tippin, kind of, give you a look of inspiration, like, thank you very much, I knew I did the right thing. And you hear this growl, come up from that horizon edge, and you see Ashhook, pull back his weapon, this dark, jagged bow, and he takes the shot, aiming at yourself. He launches the bolt.
Yes.
You dodge just at the last second, and you hear this squeak behind you. And you see Tippin hit the ground.
Okay.
This arrow has done him through, it's gone right through.
Yeah.
His lifeblood force leaking from his body.
Oh no.
Yeah, his skin already turning pale with death.
He's so little. He's just a little guy.
And with that, you see him drop a package.
It's my sacred duty. I look him in the eyes, and I say, I'm sorry, you're gonna die, I can't help you. But I promise you I will get this to you.
And with that, he goes, thank you, Guncho. and you know this arrow has pierced through his heart. There is no recovering from this shot. His small body, has moved on to the next one.
I place it in my satchel with all of my very important mail. I look at his dead body, I close his eyes, and I say, I do accept tips.
His name is Tippin.
Can I please read his body?
Just take the point. Sounds good. And I imagine all of you would hear this, receive this, as Tippin, the person who has hired you, has fallen to the arrow of Ashhook, and as our barbarian, someone who rolled to trust, is rifling through his pockets.
It's the other half of my penis.
I really am the worst doctor.
Sounds good. And you can see Ashhook on the horizon smile, knowing that he's taken the life of
I
one of
hate
the
this
five.
guy.
Yeah, he's not a very nice guy.
He's not a nice
He's not a very nice guy. This guy's not going to the party.
Move down.
Done.
And you guessed it, rapier.
Do it. The king of the rapier.
20.
Queen of the rapier.
And 11 points of damage. And then why not, for good adventure, another bonus attack, which is looking rough at a 11 to hit.
He falls.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
11
to hit.
11 to hit. That is just a hit. That is great. Right now, because we have 5 minutes, that is just a hit.
Look at that. 4 plus 3. Or, yeah.
This was the black sheep, the weakling of the group. I give it some flavor as you tweak.
Minion.
Minion.
Give it some flavor there, Natasha.
I sink my blade into him, I hear the death rattle, I give a sigh of relief, and then I swing it to the shadows.
Cool, sounds good. Hey, just look at the shadows.
Talk to him.
It's a dark valley. Quinton, you're up.
I would like to throw down my spiritual weapon, which comes in the form of a bone saw.
Okay, nice bone saw. Just finish this guy off. We've got 4 minutes.
20 to hit.
20 to hit? That's a hit. Give it some flavor. This guy was already injured.
Yeah, the bone saw comes down and just begins sawing off a limb, and then I stop. Because no one's asked me to. I love you, English doctor.
That seems about right.
He has medicines, like, keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, so this last orc, falls to the ground. His arm being sawed off. Thank you. And so you see Ashwick on the ridge, knowing that his forces have been depleted. And once again, scowling at the four of you, unfortunately, as he puts his bow aside and heads off to the hills, knowing that this crew has made their way through the valley. So you guys remove your figs. Everything's back at this point. Anyway, so you guys work your way through the valley and come upon the next town. The town is deserted. It has been deserted for some time. This is one of those towns that's been taken over by the Orcs. And there's literally just an empty space, an empty town, ghost town.
Are there street, like numbers on the houses?
Absolutely. As you come into the city proper, you would see the street signs are still very, very well visible.
Great, I'd like to find 407 Rosewood Avenue.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so as you go down the main street and you go off the side street, it takes you guys a good 5-10 minutes to find it. But as you
I'm a really good postal service.
Sorry, my apologies. You know exactly where you're going. And as you round the corner, what was the address again?
407 Rosewood.
So as you come down Rosewood Ave, you see there's no houses to be found, but a cemetery. And as you enter the cemetery gate,
yes,
you see a single gravestone with 2 smaller gravestones next to it.
Uh-oh.
And you would see the tombstone of his wife. And here lies being a quarterary. A loving mother, faithful wife, a contract is forever. The end.
At the end? I wish I had taken his body with us. I'm not allowed to open mail that's not addressed to me, but I think there's a loophole if someone else would like to see what's inside.
It turns out it's an empty box. Wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to finally share it. I hope everybody at the table enjoyed it. Running a 2-hour one-shot, that's what we do with DMU at the cons, is tricky enough. Running a one-shot within 45 minutes with the beginning, middle, and end is tricky. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. Scot, Sam, Aric, the Pop Con, we're so happy to have you
Oh my
here.
God, thank you so much. This is so fun.
Yeah, it's amazing that you took the time out of your day and your busy schedule to be here. We'd love to have you back in the future.
I would love to. Please, yeah, anytime. I can't wait. This was great.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Kiki has mail to deliver everywhere. This is the best friend.
Very good. Thank you, everyone.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.